Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a different type of reading. As you can see, I'm in a more serious setting, so I chose an office library to be my background. We're taking a bit of a break from the dating and relationships articles to do a reading about like something more serious, I would say. So let me just get to my blog and pull up the article. By the way, I finally started using my iPhone. My Android phone was really failing on me. It was really failing on me. So I finally changed SIM cards today and it just feels so, the experience is so much better. Like a million times better. Gosh. Anyway. Okay. So this particular article, I wrote it in February of 2020, February 17th, 20. Sorry. So this particular article, I wrote it on February 17th, 2022, so earlier this year. Around that time is the time I had just decided to focus a lot more time on working on my craft and building up my writing portfolio. So I was really pushing out a lot of articles and I was also doing a lot of like reflecting and planning of like my life for the next, I would say, decade. And I was trying to like, see what I want to do, of the things that I want to like achieve during that period. And I guess this article came about from that like thought process. So the article is titled, "Should you go back to school for that next qualification?" So I'm going to leave the link to this specific article in the description box so that you can go and just read it slowly after we're done with this reading. And make sure to also follow me on Instagram and just keep up with the vibes on my blog and IG. So yeah, let's get right into the reading. Should you go back to school for that next qualification? I've been feeling this need to go back to school and study. Lately, my thoughts have been going back to my university days and the amazing experiences I had then. I met the most amazing people, did the most amazing things, and visited the most amazing places during my time at UCT. The only thing that was wrong with my university experience was the course that I was studying. Lol. But even then, I'm still so proud of myself for studying and getting my degree in information systems. Studying computer science made me meet some brilliant genius minds, and I'm forever grateful for the networks I was able to make in the process. University is about way more than what you're studying. It's about the people you meet, the places you go, and the experiences you create, which can never be exchanged for anything else. That's why I stuck with it and kept going until I finished. I couldn't imagine giving up all the other benefits. I asked my Instagram followers whether any of them had gone back to school after their first degree to study. For those who have attained their second qualifications or are in the process of doing so, I asked them how they made the decision to choose the specific course they are pursuing. Did they just build onto what they had studied in their first degree, or did they change their course entirely? What was their motivation or reason behind going back to school? I got several interesting answers. Terry said that tarot reading helped her make her decision. She shares that she studied business in undergrad, but is now doing a master's in psychology because she realized just how much she enjoys helping people work through their problems. Wow. We need to have a more in-depth conversation with Terry soon about her tarot practice, which sounds super interesting. I'm also going to leave a link to Terry's Instagram page or just her blog. I'll leave a link to her blog in the description box because she writes the most thought-provoking, spiritual, uplifting articles, and she writes every week, so you always get like a new like meditation like article every week. It's so good. It's so good. And she writes a lot about tarot. But yeah, I'll definitely leave a link to her blog in the description box or her Instagram page. Goretti said that she decided to do her master's in HR because after working in the industry in Kenya, she saw the need for her to be able to influence labor laws and help improve the well-being of marginalized groups like women. Wow. The women following me are doing some amazing things. Goretti is also someone who I became much closer with this year, and I'm actually really happy that I did because I knew her from before. We both went to school in Cape Town, but then I think from through social media and like just us being in like similar friendship circles, we've like built on our friendship, and she's just like such a brilliant person. Anyway, June advised me to find my ikigai. For those who may not know, ikigai is a Japanese term that embodies the idea of living in happiness. I really loved her response. I've actually been on a journey of finding my ikigai over the last few months, over the last 2 years or so, and I'm now in a place where I know exactly what I want to do. It really helps to take a break from everything and truly search for what makes your soul ignite. Thanks for that, June. She's now doing her master's in a field that's totally unrelated from what she studied in her first degree. I first discovered that I was a creative at the age of 9. I was in standard 4 and we used to have art classes once a week. I really looked forward to these classes and would spend the whole time glued onto my drawing pad, drawing and coloring various shapes and figures. There was once I was lazily working on a pattern which I colored in using my favorite Crayola colors. I was actually not proud of this work and was even hiding my books as our teacher walked around observing. My art teacher begged and convinced me to show her what I had drawn. She was so impressed and showed it to the whole class. She kept calling it abstract art and encouraged me to continue exploring my artistic side. I've never forgotten that moment. The next year, we had an art competition at school that was being sponsored by the Japanese embassy. We were tasked with drawing anything. That evening, I went home and decided to join the competition. I drew a farm with a farmer and his animals around it. I don't know why I always got embarrassed or shy about my art skills. I remember not wanting to show my peers what I had drawn as I thought it was below the standard. Everyone was amazed by the art piece. Can you imagine, I even ended up being one of the runners-up and won a prize, which also included a trip to the Japanese embassy where we were given our various awards. That's when I really knew I had something in me that could create beauty out of nothing. After several years of really searching for my ikigai, I found that my greatest passions, strengths, and sources of happiness lie in the following creative outlets: writing, script writing, filmmaking, photography, especially modeling, fashion, and arts. I would love to learn how to become a script and TV writer. I've always been a huge fan of movies and series, and it would be so cool to combine that passion with my talent in writing. I've done quite a number of fashion, technical, and business courses, but some things I would love to explore more are fabrics and business fashion sustainability. I'd totally love to finally study art and exercise that part of my creativity which I have neglected for so long. I remember I always used to admire my friend Trevor in university for his drawing skills. He always reminded me that art can be learned and nurtured. Even if he had the talent for it, he intentionally took art in high school to work on his talent. Finally, I think I'd also choose a maths elective because of the inner nerd in me who has always loved numbers. If you know of any really good schools that you'd recommend for me to check out that offer a fine arts qualification, including most or all of these disciplines, please let me know in the comment section below. Apart from the studying, I'm also really looking forward to being a student again, meeting people from various backgrounds and traveling the world. I would love to discover such a school in Europe or even in the States. Those are two places I've never explored and have yet to show me so much of their beauty. I'm also looking for scholarships, so please also share similar schools that offer the international students scholarships. My qualifications so far include a Bachelor of Commerce in Information Systems and Computer Science. It was an undergraduate degree from the University of Cape Town. Another one, Design to Make, Pattern Making and Garment Construction, 2 certificates awarded from the Cape Town College of Fashion Design. Truwards Business Fashion Growth and Acceleration Programs, 2 certificates awarded from the Truwards Group South Africa and the Startup Hatchery. Creative DNA Fashion Business Acceleration Program, 1 certificate awarded from Meta, British Council of East African Arts and Fashion Scouts UK. The Digital Future Program Certificate, 1 certificate awarded from Women Work Kenya in collaboration with the United States African Development Foundation. Are you also thinking about going back to school? Share your story in the comment section below. So guys, that is the article. It's basically, it's even funny that I listed all of my qualifications. I think I was also writing this article as a way to like start marketing or like looking for, when I start applying for scholarships or schools, I can send them like this article for them to read through. So I basically wrote it as kind of like an application for a scholarship. And this is around the period when I guess many scholarships have been given out. So it's something that I'm really trying to focus on a lot because I definitely want, in the next 1 or 2 years, I definitely want to be back in school in a different country, studying something creative related. So it's definitely a huge goal that I am actively working towards. And yeah, are you guys thinking of going back to school? For me, when I finished my first degree in Comp Sci and IS, I never in a million years thought I would be sitting down to think about going back to a formal education. Like, yes, I went to fashion school after that, and I've done so much training along the way because I feel I'm one person who truly believes in consistent learning. but I never pictured myself going back to like a formal institution like a university to pursue like my master's degree. You know, I think I was just so traumatized from my undergraduate. I was just like, mm-mm. But the break has helped, and I feel like now that I really know what I want to do with my life, I'm at a better place to even apply for like courses, scholarships, or just apply to schools that I think would be a great fit for me. So yeah, yeah, that is a bit of like my goals and stuff, guys. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any like suggestions or recommendations of like things that you think I should apply for, or opportunities that you think would be like really relevant for me and where I am in my journey, please feel free to leave them in the comment section, and like we can have a discussion about all of this. If you're also thinking of going back to school, let me know. If you've gone back to school and you think it was worth it, also share your story. And I guess I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 6.